Previously on Married to the Game.
There's the baby.
He's missing out on a lot. I need to see him.
If I went into labor in Japan, I have no idea what would happen.
It's gonna be nice to go back.
Baby's got traded to St. Louis.
I'll go skate with the guys tomorrow.
Already? I didn't expect that he would start the next day because we were moving. I don't know where to start.
It's getting tiring.
Just barely keeping my head above water. I feel like I'm drowning.
We do get to join him in Austria. We need that time together.
Brandon is very sad that it didn't get picked up by the lease.
I went to Toronto last weekend. He didn't treat me nicely.
I need to be treated with respect. Put your fucking big boy pants on, please.
Well, why are you crossing? You know you're not supposed to do that in New York.
I think you're so cool.
So I've been in New York for 4 weeks filming this new show called 99 Envies d'Évasion. It's on a travel network. We're going to all the greatest things you can do while you're in the Big Apple.
I know it's the first time we're back here together.
Really?
Since being here. We haven't been back.
Really?
Not once.
I'm excited, but a little nervous to see Brandon. Brandon and I have been together for 6 years, and every time that he's struggling with something, he's always taking it out on me. So I got a tryout with the Leafs, didn't get picked up. They asked him to skate with the team, but he's not getting paid. And then Brandon wasn't nice one night, so I left, and then we didn't see each other for a month.
It was fun to be in New York. For a little bit. I worked like crazy though.
This is kind of new for me to stand for myself and not to crawl back to him, which I always did.
And it was weird to be here without you. Like everywhere I went, I was like, oh, we went there together. Oh, we used to go there. It was just like so much memories.
New York is always gonna have a special place in my heart because this is where I met Brandon and he was playing with the Rangers. This is where we lived our first 2 years together.
Did you miss New York?
What a town.
But I just want to remind us how happy we were when we were in New York.
Hi, Birdie. Eat it, Birdie.
He's definitely enjoying it. Almost as much as you're enjoying that sandwich.
It was so good. It's like going on a date. You never eat a sandwich like that, like a Subway. You have it all over your face.
Good thing you're not trying to impress me.
I stopped that a long time ago, and it wasn't working.
It means a lot that Brandon actually put his butt on a plane and came to see me because it's an attempt to kind of make up for what happened in the last couple of weeks.
It's like sweet.
Just like you.
Oh my God. You never say things like that.
You caught me in a lie.
Even though we love each other to death, I don't think we have the most healthy relationship.
Could you work here?
If I got my green card.
You could marry an American.
For a green card?
You would for a green card. You're such a douchebag.
I think that one of us has to change things. I just don't know if he's ready to do them.
Can you be nice for once? Just for today. Like nice all day. It's already 2.
Till midnight.
So are you ready for pork tenderloin and dumplings?
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry.
It's the first time your stomach was bigger than mine.
I know, look at that.
Mom and Auntie Cheryl are setting up for
I
the
know,
party
slaving
already.
away.
She wanted everything to be perfect for you.
I'm originally from Chicago, and my mom wanted to throw me a baby shower with all my family and friends from back home. But my family doesn't always understand my lifestyle, so the shower. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
We haven't seen each other in 3 years. It's funny being from such like a nice city and neither of us stay.
Yeah, we're getting a complex. You guys moved away.
Becky lives in Boston, and we're polar opposites. I still can't believe we're sisters. We're just so different. Becky and I have different political views. You know, she likes cats, I like dogs. There's basically nothing that we have in common with each other.
So when are you going to Russia? So I'm going in 18 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna be there for like a little over 2 weeks.
John's missed out on a lot. He's missed out on some big ultrasounds and doctor's appointments and big milestones in the pregnancy. So it's important for him to realize that he's having a baby in a few months. It's not just me having this baby.
It'll be like over 3 months since I've seen him last.
It's not the ideal situation.
No.
It's tough on both
Because
of
they're
them.
on the road. They travel more than any professional sports team because they're on the far edge of Russia.
I wish I could have traveled earlier in my pregnancy, but this was the only time that the team would actually be home for more than 3 or 4 days.
How far along are you now?
I am 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really hitting the cutoff time. My doctor was like, you need to be back by 34 weeks pregnant. So I'm really cutting it close coming back. I'm gonna be like 34 weeks exactly.
My doctor typically would not recommend traveling this late in pregnancy, but because everything's been progressing pretty well, he gave his blessing. I definitely feel like I have family and friends that don't agree with my decision to go to Russia, so I'm nervous for the shower.
I have this plan in my head. Oh, it's gonna work like this. The due date is technically the 16th. I'll be induced on the 11th, the day that he gets in.
Oh, geez.
And hope that it's a quick induction because he has to leave like the 15th.
John will land and drive straight to the hospital so that he can meet me there, and hopefully I'll go into labor shortly after John arrives.
I don't know if it's gonna happen the way that I'm planning it out in my head, but I can hope for that, and I just have to know and like be ready to adjust.
Let's go. I don't got all day.
I'm coming, I'm sorry. The kids and I are leaving in a few days for Austria. It's been about 3 months since we last saw Jamie.
All right, what are we doing? Tell me, what am I doing? Okay, so we have to put all this stuff away because Jamie left in July. He isn't coming back. He won't be back till March.
Getting ready to go to Austria, there's so many things that have to be done. I've got to get the house ready to be closed up. I have to figure out what to do with the dogs.
Are we moving this too? Yeah, everything. Alrighty then. Your back hurts? It's whatever, I'll make it work. You know my shoulder dislocates all the time, right?
Who are we thinking?
Like, I've had this thing, like, blow away before.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, shatter all over the place. When it snows, you can't even get out. No,
Our winters are quite tough in Philadelphia, so I've learned over the years that it's got to get done, and it's going to have to be me that carries everything and puts it away.
Trigger, are you okay? I don't know. I hope I didn't hit him in that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Erica. I'm too short. Shoot, did I just break something? Okay, well, it's okay. Whatever it is. You excited to go?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Chloe keeps saying, how many days? I'm like,
Oh, they get to see their daddy.
14. And she's like, how much is that before you get to 10? So I count backwards. And she hears 10 and she's like, yay, yay, yay. I'm like, I know, honey. For Chloe, Jamie has been playing overseas for her entire life. I know that she feels the separation. I know that she misses him. All of us do. I'm like a different person there.
Yeah.
Like, I just get to, like, be with him and, like, be a mom, you know? And, like,
Relax and...
just enjoy my family.
Yeah, it's all you need. Look at all those hockey sticks.
Who needs that many sticks?
Holy smokes, are they all Jamie's or those are kids? They're all his. See, on this one, it says ECKA.
Oh, yeah.
He puts like my initials, Chloe's, Austin's, and Carter's on every stick. But I didn't know that he does that, and then I saw it once in the locker room, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I was included.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, everything else you do on the outside. All right, that's pretty cool.
It's definitely hard for Jamie to be apart from me and the kids. Jamie writes our initials on his stick because it keeps us close to him while he's away from us. I have to remind myself constantly that this living apart will not last forever. At some point, there will be an end and he will be home.
Let's take this one down to his basement.
I wish that I could just join Jamie, but it's not possible. If I'm not here creating this real estate business, I don't know what the future will look like.
I don't want to drop this.
Oh, I really need to talk to my sister.
Outside?
I feel like I haven't seen you in years.
When you're working as much as you're like,
I love Brennan more than anything, and the thing that would make me happy is to be with him, but I just can't.
Tell myself that it doesn't really mean that, 'cause I know that you'll always believe that me and you should stick together like paper and glue.
Ça va? Oui, ça va, ça va.
They
David and I have been in St. Louis for now about 2 months. Even though I've lived in St. Louis before, it's really different. The team is changed, the girls are new, and David is like so into hockey that I'm just like feeling by myself all the time. So my sister Sarah has 2 days that she could take off to visit me.
Puis à part ça, t'aimes ça ici? Ouais, j'aime ça. Je trouve ça un peu intense mes cours en même temps que tout. Oh, je trouve ça difficile, mais j'aime vraiment ça.
You talk with your family as much as you can, but it's just not the same as having my family here.
Mais ça va-tu faire dodo? Va-tu faire dodo? Ouais.
I just hope Mason's gonna go to bed really fast and he's just gonna fall asleep right away. I really need to talk to my sister.
Fait que tu me fais faire le tour? Avant, je veux juste parce que je te dise quelque chose. C'est une nouvelle à t'apprendre. T'es enceinte?
I'm pregnant right now. And it was a surprise.
Mais ça fait combien de temps? Là, ça va faire 9 semaines. OK. Ouais.
I have the feeling a little like, whoops, that was not what I wanted to do.
T'es-tu contente? En vrai, ça me fait un peu stresser parce que je me dis, mais il est jeune. Avec mes cours, je trouve ça dur parce que je suis brûlée.
I'm studying interior design online. I was just like getting back on track of like having a little bit of a life that makes sense. If I had some time to do my classes and I had some time for myself. Now I'm like, okay, I have to start the whole thing all over again.
Il te reste combien de temps, là? Fait que je peux pas le finir parce que j'aurais pas le bébé en même temps que... Bon, ça va.
It's not the fresh start that I was thinking I would have against St. Louis. I thought it would be a little bit more like soft.
Il y a eu des moments cette semaine là, où est-ce que j'étais comme... Genre, j'ai de la misère à respirer tellement j'étais fatiguée, là.
It makes me really nervous. It's like so much pressure on my shoulder out of a sudden. It's like, how am I gonna deal with this whole thing?
Ben, c'est que Daisy, c'est en série en plus, tu vas être tout le temps seule. Ouais, puis avec Mace.
The baby is due right in the playoffs, which is really bad. The St. Louis Blues are doing really well right now, and I'm pretty sure they have a good chance to make the playoffs.
Eux, ils sont même pas là, en voulant dire, c'est pas que ça route. C'est un peu stressant pour ça. J'avoue, le timing, c'est parfait.
I might be like really on my own with the baby. It's gonna be really stressful. Not ideal.
Ben, mais la seule affaire là, en ce moment, là, c'est comment dire, là, mais ce serait tellement la pire année pour qu'il gagne la Coupe Stanley.
Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you.
Your first sale.
Yeah, so exciting.
Best thing is it's not just one, it was two.
I know.
Good job.
Double down, right?
When I first started in real estate, the economy in the United States was really bad. So I started at like the worst time ever, but it's probably the best thing because I had to figure out how to make my first sale when it was almost impossible to sell anything.
Hi.
I brought the goods.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. We had a really good week.
You're about to put another one under contract today, aren't you?
I hope so, yeah.
Did you see the board out there?
I know, it's great.
We still have 2 more sales to go up.
So exciting.
Every year that Jamie plays in Austria is another year for me to grow the business. At some point, he's not going to be able to play hockey anymore. So I want to be able to take care of him when the day comes. When I leave, you know that I'm not on the moon. You can contact me. Right. Dara's in charge.
Great.
While I'm gone. The kids and I, we're literally counting the days till we get to be back in Austria with Jamie.
Erica counts down until she gets to go there, and I count down the days until she comes back.
Yeah. I'm only there for like 6 weeks this year. It's terrible. Every year it's gotten shorter and shorter because the business gets busier and busier, so it's all good.
Right.
But I used to go for 4 months, then it was 3 months, now it's like 6 weeks. I think that our life probably doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. But he was in the NHL not knowing from day to day where he was going to be. Austria is easier.
How many times did you move?
I don't know. New York to Phoenix to Calgary to LA, LA to Russia, Russia to Cleveland. We were basically living in and out of hotels. And honestly, I wouldn't go back to those days for anything. It was some of the hardest years of our lives.
If you were doing that now, like all of that happened, and then you had Austin, and then it was like, all right.
Yeah, I was having babies.
Yeah.
Austin's first year in kindergarten was when Jamie went to Latvia. So that was the first year that I like stayed back.
It's a hard decision. You're separating the family.
But it was what was best for Austin.
Right.
You know, hands down. We don't really think it makes a lot of sense for the children to go to school in another country when they're always going to have to come back to the United States when Jamie's not playing anymore and finish school.
We all spend too much time worrying about what other people think, and you get to a point where you just, it is a mom thing.
So it's like no matter where I am, like someone's always sort of like judging me. I think that we're the same as any 2-income working families. I get tired of people judging how we live because it's already hard enough without anybody else's opinions.
You do ultimately what's best for your kids.
I don't really care what anybody thinks.
Where is that pond? Oh, I think it's on the other side.
There's a couple ponds here, but the one that
There's one that you see the city. Yeah, I think that's it. And then you can get on boats. The last month has been very emotional because there's so much going on in my career and not much is going on in Brendan's. We haven't seen each other since Brendan was cut by leaves.
The pond's that way.
The pond is that way? It was like really close.
It's gotta be a way.
Do you have a map?
Yeah, in my head.
It's essential to reconnect with Brendan at this point because we've been apart for almost a month. No,
Wow, that's good.
It's my popsicles.
I think they moved the pond.
No.
There it is, I see it. I can see people on the boats.
That's it.
Oh, I can't wait to push you in.
But he can only take time off when the team is on the road. So since they were gone for a day and a night, that's what he gets. How are things in Toronto right now?
Good. Just plugging away.
Huh?
You don't know what that is, like plugging away?
No.
Like working hard, just keeping at it.
It's very unusual for a hockey player to be skating with the team but not actually be a part of the team. Did you end up speaking with someone this week?
No.
Do you have a plan?
No.
It's a little uncomfortable to talk about hockey because it's such a big dream of his to play for the Leafs and be a part of this organization that he cherished and loved his whole life.
Day by day. Not forever, but hopefully something happens in the next few weeks.
I think a part of him doesn't want to let go of that dream.
Passenger at the back, rower in the middle.
Okay, so I'm in the middle? Yeah, put that in there. Just in case. But skating and not getting a paycheck to maybe at the end of the day get a contract. It's not easy.
Push her out.
No. I hope he gets it. Don't get upset. We're gonna fall. Don't. Almost. You did it on purpose. But it doesn't change what's happening in our relationship. That's good. Finally have a day together. I feel like I haven't seen you in years. I love Brendan more than anything, and that's the thing that would make me happy is to be with him. But I just can't. I need to find more time in the schedule so we have some sort of a life together.
Yeah, but when you're working as much as you,
I always felt torn between two worlds. The one that I can work and be myself, and the other one where I'm this monster who's dating a professional athlete and who's not supportive. And that's really tough to live with.
Our newest gripe is because I want to get an epidural.
Oh, my mom is very opinionated.
Since you're not having a doula now.
It sometimes feels like I'm being judged.
The last thing I want is lose us over our careers. We're not a couple anymore.
Oh, I told Sarah, by the way, for the pregnancy.
Oh, yeah?
How was the game last night?
Good.
Yeah? I was so upset I couldn't come. I used to go to all David's games. It was my social advent of the day.
So what happened?
Mason did not sleep at all. Didn't want to eat, not even had a dinner. Did not want to take a bath. But it is really intense with Mason. He was like a mess, and I was so mad.
No, last night was hard. They played us hard, but
It was against who?
Rangers.
When David got traded from Pittsburgh, they won the Stanley Cup. But David is not gonna stay sitting home and be like, crap, I didn't win. Like, he's ready to just prove himself. I've read something about, what's the team again? Can't remember, but they were making like bets about who's gonna win this year.
Yeah.
Lightning, Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
is it possible?
Yeah, they're good.
They're good?
There's not an easy team anymore.
He has a big career. He's like the main focus of our family.
Wow!
Bravo, Mason.
You wanna what?
Yeah, so when are you leaving tomorrow?
Tomorrow after practice.
Because it's my appointment
Yeah, I
for
won't.
the pregnancy, you won't be there?
No, we have practice.
I think David is excited, but they are always on the road. They are always going somewhere. I still have a hard time to just think that I might, like, I'm gonna have it here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it's gonna go.
I'm just hoping for a good, easy pregnancy because I'm gonna have to do it on my own. I was thinking to go back to Quebec. I'll pick up all my pregnancy clothes.
Yeah.
Because I have
You have nothing here, obviously.
Everything is packed. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I don't even realize that like all the things we're gonna need. I mean, have a crib, have like those kind of things. I'm like, what? It's crazy.
Yeah. It could get interesting with playoffs around May, but we'll see. It's
like
not
nervous.
something we can control. It's like,
But at the same time, I'm nervous. I can talk about David with my feelings, obviously, but like he has his own thing to be dealing with. He's into hockey. I don't want to put more pressure on him, but at the same time, I still have these feelings. I mean, for sure, I'll have to have someone over, like either my mom or your mom, or to help me with Mason, because like I would not imagine myself being by myself with Mason and a new baby. It's the first time that it hit me as much. We're so alone in this world of hockey.
Oh, it's cute. Oh, I love the dogs. Oh my gosh. those
Mom
are
made
so
every one of them.
I saw this picture. Oh, this is the first grandchild for my mom, and so she's really excited to welcome this baby into the family.
Yeah. Oh, this will be fun to have everybody.
Yeah, hungry.
And the
I know, I'm
yeah, I can smell the food already.
My mom hasn't told me much about the baby shower, but it's at my favorite Bohemian restaurant. It's like Polish, Czech food, and so I'm excited for good food and to see my family. Hi, I like your hair. Thank you. Hi, good to see you. How you doing?
It must be hard to be alone, but
Yeah,
you've got friends.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not sick anymore.
See, I never got sick.
Oh, lucky.
So you Skype back and forth with
Yeah,
John?
all the time.
Yeah. You show him.
I do. I show him the valley, but it's hard to like see.
Yeah. We're a little nervous with her flying out to Russia.
Well, yeah, but obviously.
The doctor approved it. I grew up in a very traditional religious family. It's hard for my family to understand the hockey life. I have a backup plan in case I have to deliver in Russia, but I hope that I don't have to. Yeah.
How's John feeling?
He's doing good. I'm gonna see him in a couple weeks. Can't believe you're going. It's definitely a suffocating feeling when everyone's asking me the exact same question. I'm seeing these people for the first time in months or even years, and the first thing they have to say is, I can't believe you're going to Russia.
How long are you going to stay?
I'm there like over 2 weeks, 18 days. Yeah.
And you talked to your doctor about it?
Yeah. I have one more checkup before I go, and so he'll make sure that the positioning's right. People are really shocked. My family doesn't quite get why I want to travel this late in my pregnancy.
Are you going there again before you do?
Yeah, I'm going in 3 weeks.
Doctor said?
Yeah. He's my husband, and I haven't seen him in so many months. I'm so hungry. He's doing good. So he's coming back the week that the baby's due, so hopefully he can be there for the birth.
So you're going to have a regular all?
I'll be induced so that he doesn't come here and there's no baby. Everyone has an opinion about everything regarding my pregnancy, but I have to do what's best for me and what's best for John. In the end, it's my decision, and I can't take everyone's opinions into account. What time is it?
Everybody, thanks for coming to send them off to Austria again.
Dad, are you gonna cry again? Okay, let's go. Who are we gonna go see?
Can we get everybody to try and get to the seats already so we can start eating? Hetty and I wanted to thank you all for coming out and joining us in this joyous occasion, our first grandchild. We're so excited.
It's really special that my mom was able to get all my family together for a shower. It really means a lot to me. Oh, cool! Oh, thank you so After spending all this time answering so many people's questions, I'm so ready to eat before I get too hangry.
Liver dumpling.
Let's eat.
Yeah, let's eat. So do you have the room set up yet for the baby?
Before John left, we got a bunch of stuff, but I don't even think the baby's gonna sleep in the crib for the first couple months because it's just gonna be me and the baby. I want the baby right next to the bed, so if I have to like breastfeed in the middle of the night, I can just lift the baby up. I'm lazy.
It's all planned out, Carol.
My mom is very opinionated. We definitely have the typical mother-daughter relationship.
She's mad because I'm planning to be induced so John can be there for the birth.
I understand that.
First you were not happy about that. It's so bad for the baby. But my doctor said at 39 weeks, it's actually better than at 40 weeks.
When we found out the baby's due date and how it would work with the hockey schedule, I told my mom that there was a chance that I would have to be induced, and she just was of the mindset that you have the baby when the baby decides to come out, and to interfere with that is just playing God. And my mom definitely was not happy with my decision.
Our newest gripe is because I want to get an epidural. I don't want to feel pain.
Why do I want to feel pain?
It's gonna hurt.
Nowadays, you don't have to. Given between the choice of having mind-screaming pain or not.
My sister and I usually don't agree on anything, so I'm actually really surprised that she's coming to my defense and she's on my side for once.
Right when I said I can't take any more of this, the nurse said, you're almost ready to deliver. And right away, oh, we gotta put an IV in her. I said, you're not putting an IV. I don't need anything. Really? They got all flipped out. And she was delivered within like, not even 2 hours, 1 hour.
But you never know. So I would rather...
Well, but let me say this. You're groggier, the baby is groggier, so it's harder to nurse because what they put in you goes into the baby.
Yeah, but is
you can't push, then all of a sudden
they're pulling the baby out with those prongs or
I hope John's here.
There, I know. I think it would add to the stress factor a lot.
Because then we're gonna have to hop on a plane.
Yeah, real
Or-
quick. But you booked your flight already, right?
We booked the flights, but if it has to change.
Yeah.
My mom is still trying to understand the hockey lifestyle, so sometimes she doesn't always agree with my decisions.
Since you're not having a doula now.
It sometimes feels like I'm being judged.
I wanted to have a doula come to like a birth coach because I didn't know if I was going to be alone if I had this baby, a couple weeks early. But they all were like natural birth. Nobody was willing to work with me because they all wanted me to be completely.
Well, I can understand. So if you know.
My mom can be a little overbearing sometimes when it comes to like, this is how you need to do things. So I'm excited that she's coming to California, but I wouldn't want to have the baby in Chicago.
I've got the cheesesteak.
My parents have a restaurant, and everybody loves Philly cheesesteaks. It's a big thing in our area.
Hey, Carter. Hey, bud.
They've had that business for about 20 years now.
Are you going back to Austria? I don't want you to leave.
My parents, it's hard on them for me and the kids to leave, so they want to throw a goodbye dinner before we head out to Austria.
Happy anniversary!
Oh, thank you.
That's so pretty. Thank you.
It's also my parents' 36-year wedding anniversary today.
Is their anniversary?
36 years.
I don't know how my mom has dealt with my dad for 36 years, but they're definitely happy together and they're inspirational for Jamie and I.
I could not ask for better parents. I strive to be half of what you guys have been to me. Happy anniversary, love, Erica.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm not gonna cry. Thank you. Your husband's a good guy like me too. You guys are gonna last forever, awesome.
I come from a very loving family. We didn't have very much, but I know that my parents were always 100% behind anything that I wanted to do.
You want to make your nuggets right now? Sure, go make your nuggets.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna make the burgers.
I think that Jamie and I are very, very similar. We tell our kids the same thing. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, but you have to be a hard worker.
Look at that professional at work. He's gonna steal your job, guys.
That was perfect. Here's your going away present. Taco salad. Yeah! Anybody want any? Well, actually, I'm not sharing, so. I
I need some sour cream. Thank you. Annie, get out of here. Did you bring chicken pot pie?
Yeah, where's the pot pie?
Oh! Oh, now wait a minute here. Somebody didn't tell me about chicken pot pie.
She only brings chicken pot pie for Jamie.
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
What about me? I'm your granddaughter. You're supposed to love me the same as you love him. Dad, you need help cooking back there?
Well, I could use your help back there. You know, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't be so successful if it wasn't for you to help me get started off in all of this.
Growing up, my parents were very, I guess what you'd call blue-collar workers. I came home from school one day, and my dad was home. Turns out he had lost his job.
I was a welder, a mechanic, and now I have a big deli.
He had always really liked cooking, so I kind of encouraged him to go ahead and chase that dream.
Yeah, but you always cook so well at home. It made perfect sense for you to open a restaurant.
I think, at least being an entrepreneur, you have more control over your life. And now I realize why it was so hard to watch that with Jamie. Because when you're a player, you don't have any control over what happens.
Everybody, thanks for coming to send them off to Austria again.
We wouldn't miss if I were.
I hate days like this, but
Dad, are you gonna cry again?
no, I'm not.
Well, Nanny would be the one to cry.
Daddy, you wouldn't cry. You would drop us off and take us out of the door.
My heart.
Growing up, I didn't have any knowledge about hockey. No one I knew played hockey, but now I'm married to a hockey player, so.
Dad, how was your day, buddy?
Dad!
Happy anniversary, guys.
Thank you, man. The only reason why we're still together is because she's always right.
You hear that?
Well, I'm married to your daughter, so...
Yeah.
Susie, I'm right here. So when I met Jamie, we were young. We were 22 years old. I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to get involved. He basically said, listen, I've worked my whole life to play hockey. I can't change what I do for a living. And if you love me, you have to love that too. He said, I will not be able to control where we go or how it goes, but I promise you our life will never be boring and I will love you.
Okay, let's go.
In that moment, I told him, you're right, and I love you, and I will always support what you do.
Who are we gonna go see?
Dad! I told him I will never bring this up again, and I didn't. He has my 100% support, no matter what.
Are you gonna sleep the whole flight for me?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Just I don't know if it makes me happy anymore.
What?
Whole distance thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not getting easier.
No, it's actually getting worse. You hungry?
I'm starving.
I'm starving. Like starving. New York was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're here, what, like 3 weeks?
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah.
Being away from Brendan gave me time to think about our situation, and that's why I want to see where we're at and if this is still worth a shot.
Sometimes I wish you were a teacher and I was a hairdresser.
I always wanted to be a teacher.
Why don't you go back to school and do that? You'd be an amazing teacher.
I don't even need to go back to school.
You're smart enough. Trust me, you're not. You'd be a good, football coach. Did you play football? You did when you were in high school.
Quarterback, but I went with hockey.
Bad decision.
For sure.
I'm joking.
I feel like at this point, Brendan feels like everything's falling apart around him. He's kind of lost that grit and that spark that he has.
I know how you hate when we talk about this, but I think if you sit down with them and if they see in your eyes how much you want to do this.
Or just going in and talking to them face to face.
Yeah, it takes a lot of balls and courage to do it.
Should I kick the door in?
Put it in, babe.
Just put me in the lineup.
He has never wanted anything as much as this contract with the Leafs, and that's kind of like screwing his mojo. But I don't want to forget, he's a little guy from London that has accomplished his childhood dream to play in the NHL. You know?
Baby.
I still talk to them. I just, not really
Yeah, but they need to know why they need you on the ice. To protect the young kids, and you're a great penalty killer. I think they see it.
I think so too. I mean, I still wouldn't be there if they didn't see it.
They must have something in the back of their heads. It makes no point if they, in the end, don't have the intention in signing you.
There's not many free strides left in these legs. Nothing happens this year. And in Europe was always like I could end my career over there, like stretch out another 3 years over there.
It's kind of a shock because I've never heard him say Europe 3 years. We've actually never talked about any of this because we never had to before. 3 years. So you're 33.
I'm 32.
You're gonna be 33. So that's it. So 3 more years, 36. I've changed so much in the last 6 years. It's crazy. I know more what I want. I know exactly what I don't want anymore. But just I don't know if it makes me happy anymore.
What?
The whole long distance thing.
Is that a good one, Em? What do you think?
Yeah, that's nice. I wish I got some marshmallows. Not good.
Looks like a good fire.
Yeah. One of my favorite traditions at our house is having bonfires.
Do you think we need another log?
Yeah, one more. Get the fire big, because I'm cold. So. My dad's always the one that's looking out for everybody and taking care of everyone.
Hey, the pizza's here, all right.
Pizza! Ooh, Hawaiian. My dad's the best. We have a really special connection.
You know what's been on my mind a lot is, what is John thinking about all this? If he has any questions as to fatherhood and things like that. I know he has his dad to talk to, but you know, tell him don't hesitate to give me
I think he will,
give me a
for
call
sure.
too.
I think both of us don't have any idea what we're getting ourselves into.
There's no written handbook on parenting, and we just do the best we can.
Yeah, I feel like my dad, he's very level-headed, he's very understanding. It's nice to just sit down with him and hear what he has to say.
I know my girls, both you and Becky, have turned out wonderfully, and I'm so thankful for that. And if I could, you know, give him a couple pointers on how to be a dad.
Yeah.
Be my pleasure. I really, I know
He's doing what he has to support the family.
I really respect him for that, but I feel a little sorry that he's missing out on
I do
the
too.
action.
I do too. He gets the hockey lifestyle. He's not quite as stubborn as my mom about things. It's going to be really hard for him to come home, see the baby for a few days, and then have to leave.
Who wants to leave after that?
No, I think it's going to be hard for me. I'm going to be a mess. I always have to put on a brave face for John and be strong for him, but sometimes I do need someone to lean on. Yeah. It's hard, for sure, but he's got to do what he's got to do to make a living for the family. It's a really short career. He's got to make as much as he can. I mean, he's actually impressing me with his skills right now.
But my secret dream, I always think about him coming and playing for Chicago.
That would be amazing, yeah. My dad would love for his family to be all together in the same city. He just would be over the moon.
That is the ideal situation, but we take what we can
get.
Do
I think it'll happen? I don't know.
You never know.
I try not to be too optimistic because the league is only getting younger and John's only getting older, so his chances aren't, the best. As much as I would like for John to play in the NHL, right now the KHL is where we need to be.
I just want to see him normal. I just don't know how.
That will never happen.
There's not one guy that likes to show his vulnerable side, especially not Brendan. Well, what's our option? Do we break up now? So what's our plan? What do we do?
Do about what?
About everything. About us.
You can't plan anything. I don't know where I'm gonna be tomorrow, and neither do you.
I feel like after 6 years, we've never did any compromise.
What, you just want me to shut her down?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, either you or me has never really put anything on the line for our relationship.
Yeah, it's definitely not getting easier.
No, it's actually getting worse. And I can see that. Like you're distant and that we fight more. I'm not crying.
Yes, you are.
No. I think we're gonna have to like find a solution or.
With your work, you can work for a month and you can have a month off and.
It's not gonna slow down, that's the thing. Like, I felt like I haven't seen you forever. And it's not your fault and it's not, I don't think it's mine either, but it's like we're not a couple anymore. The last thing I want is lose us over our careers. I want to be with you and support you, and like it's not an easy time right now. And even when you're acting tough and saying that everything's fine, I know that it's hard on you. There's not one guy that likes to show his vulnerable side, especially not Brendan. Yeah, and that's his human side. Like, I like seeing that, actually. I just want us to be normal. I just don't know how.
That will never happen. We've never had normal.
When I'm super emotional and I'm in that state of mind where I question everything, I want to be normal. When in real life, normal and hockey life doesn't really belong together.
Not to you.
Like, I don't want to spend a little bit of time that we have together, like, bawling my eyes out, but it's just, sometimes I feel like we need these type of conversation and discussion to just grow stronger.
I know, for sure. But at the same time, you know, we've never been able to plan what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, what are we gonna do about it? You know, like, you can't change.
Well, what's our option? Do we break up now?
Why is that even an option? Why would you want to break up?
I want it to get better than this.
There's no solution. You're working, I'm working. People all over the world do it.
Yeah, but are we strong enough to go through it?
I think so.
It would be a dream for Brendan to sign in Toronto with the Leafs, but there's no magical answer to solve all our problems. I think it's gonna take a lot of hard work from both of us. There's also a thing that we need to change in our relationship, and it's the way that we talk to each other.
Sorry.
I just want to know if you see a future in this, or am I losing the last bit of good body and face I still have? Sometimes I feel like everybody else has such an easy life, an easy relationship, but I wouldn't trade what I have for all the money in the world. Do you love me?
I do.
Do you want to spend the rest of your life with me?
For sure.
Start acting like you do.
Okay, I'll turn it around.
Next time on Married to the Game.
I've never seen this many fans.
I had no idea that John would be a star in Russia.
Alex's gonna work with mommy today.
You need to try it on.
And you can...
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing this weekend?
Look at the schedule right there.
They're playing in Montreal.
Maybe that'll be my first game.
It's just hard leaving because you guys are all here. I'm not gonna cry.
I play Tuesday, Wednesday.
So I just came here and I'm barely gonna see you.
I already had in my brain that there was a chance that you would miss the birth of the baby. Right now I feel like I need John and the team needs John and we both want him.